Hello, my name is Chris, and today my presentation will be to demonstrate how our nation's dietary guidance programs are beneficial for our overall health. The question that's presented is, will the U.S. government's dietary guidance improve our health as a nation? To start off with a little background information, the first dietary guidance program per se started in 1977, and the reason behind the introduction was to solve our starting trend of obesity. The guidance plans were solely produced to reduce the amount of diseases through eating habits and create a more healthy lifestyle. The only problem with this one was there was no research, no data, no committees brought together to support the information and make it believable or supportive. Fast forward 3 years to 1980, where we get two committees by the names of the USDA and the HHS that come together and make a dietary guidance protocol that has the evidence, has the research, has the data, and giving people of America a reason to be healthy and how to be healthy and what to include and what to exclude from our daily diets. So up until now in 2021, we are still using these dietary guidance guideline protocols, but with improvement. The only problem with the 1980 up until about 2010 was that the age restriction was from ages 2 and up. Fast forward to today's date, the dietary guidelines are prevalent to all ages from newborn and on. So this is one way that we have shown improvement in a way, but one very important note about dietary guidelines is that it is released every 5 years, and it is used by schools, doctors, counselors, dietitians, nutritionists. So they need this information to help other people that may fall into the obesity category. And once again, the main goal of the dietary guideline is to increase the health and decrease the chances of disease. So what should we all take away from this? The main question is our government providing strong information to benefit our country? Things like, what should we include in our everyday diets, like fats and carbs, fruits, vegetables, grains? Are there diets to sustain a healthy lifestyle, like the keto diet, the vegetarian diet, the Mediterranean diet? How can we improve our current obesity epidemic? And that is a question that has been a big topic for our nation for the past 50 years. So why is this such a controversial topic across our nation? Some people believe that there is a better approach. Right now, the dietary guidelines are high carb, middle protein, and low fats. People believe that we should be eating high fats, high proteins, and low carbs because ever since the 80s, we've been on the high carb, low fat, and mid protein diet and have seen no results of obesity coming down. There's new information coming out every day, and we all need to understand that fats are good, but there needs to be balance between our fats, carbs, and proteins, our macros. So, what effect does this have on our population? Well, once again, there's new information coming out every single day. So 1 minute you're thinking this, and the next you're thinking that. This is the sole reason why guidelines are released every 5 years. Instead of it coming out every year and thinking, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to change my healthy lifestyle to this, and the next year they say the complete opposite, which way you're going to go. every 5 years gives the USDA, the HHS, and the CDC guidelines. They gives them time to do the research, collect the data, make it presentable, and give it to the public. Our biggest problem and why our country is the most obese in the world is because of our processed food consumption. Most people aren't eating the natural fruits and veggies and the good fats like avocados, hummus, salmon, or the good carbs like the fruits and the veggies and the whole grain bread. People are eating just fatty meats. That's why we are obese. It's not because our diet or the guidelines are telling us to eat carbs, proteins, and fats, but it's the people that are eating the bad fats, the bad carbs, the bad proteins. Okay? So, how have we improved? Our leading causes of health diseases have gone down, but that is simply because we have found out that if we are reducing the cholesterol, the sodium, the sugars, the diseases are going down because we're reducing our consumption of those types of foods. In the 1900s, for example, our nation at the time was told to eat this many calories. Well, now we are in such a big hole that the USDA, the guidelines as a whole, is forced to say what we don't need. We still need the vitamins. We still need the core 3 macronutrients, but it's what we don't need. We don't need the cake. We don't need the cookies. We don't need brisket or whatever you like. And one cool thing about the guideline is that it's keeping the people interested. So every day people are giving feedback, and maybe negative, maybe positive, but at least people are talking about it and wanting to be healthy and not fall in that obesity category. 3 main stockholders involved that I mentioned before is the USDA, HHS, and CDC. These 3 core committees collect the data, research the results, make the results, perform studies, and then they gather it all up, make the guidelines, and present it to the government, like the federal committees, and then they will publish it, release it, and that's how it works. So what's the main problem? Our main problem is that we're consuming too much sodium, too much sugar, cholesterol, and saturated fats. Our processed food is not the answer, obviously, because our obesity epidemic is still continuing to this day. So we need to include, like I said before, the veggies, the fruits, the lean meats, the good carbs. And one really big problem is the affordability, because not very many families, not very many people have enough financial support to go to your local grocery store and buy all these things that we need, but processed foods are the cheaper option. So we need to find a way that make the natural stuff cheaper. What are some solutions? Maintain natural foods in our daily diets. Nothing processed. Eliminate all those and consume the good fats and the carbs and the proteins. Pay attention to portion control. Eat maybe 4 or 5 or 6 times a day, but divide it into different segments of the day. So maybe every 3 hours. That actually helps our metabolism and burn off more calories, burn off more fat. If we're just having a big meal and basically binging on one meal, we may not eat the rest of the day. We may have something not as good later because we didn't think that we ate so much the whole day. Another way is to shop smartly, but shop cost efficiently. So stay away from processed foods. Get your proteins, get your carbs, get your fruits and veggies, get your good fats, and you'll be set. I hope you all enjoyed this presentation, and thank you for watching.